Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. And remember, enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome back to Stellaris with Takehitsu. This is Takehitsu Gaming, and so we are here. Last time we had played, for some reason my save file got corrupted or overwritten or something. I'm not 100% positive, but it is gone. So our old Stellaris Ixthlii Hive, which was over on this side of the universe, has been remade. I started a whole new universe and caught it up almost to the exact year we were at. The game is slightly different, however. We are obviously more successful so far in this one, so I figured I'd give you a general rundown. We have 5 planets. Some of them have just been colonized, not this one. Have just been colonized, yep. We have 2 fleets. We're working on getting the second one to be completely full. We did not get our little, we did not get Boomer this time. That was actually the first time I've ever had that happen with the last game. We are, however, still likely to go to war. If I remember correctly, these 2 guys have federated together. It looks like it's now 3. And they federated with these. So we have a federation that's building up, and the whole point of that federation is pretty much to destroy us. So we are, I wouldn't say better, and I wouldn't say worse. In a lot of senses, we're way better off. In a lot of senses, we're worse. So without further ado, here we go. And let's see, Ivana can upgrade science. Doesn't need to upgrade its science right now. Odd factory. Alright, I'm going to stick this guy there. So mostly for this point, what we're working on is, you know, just like we were building up our empire, we're getting ready for this massive war that's going to be coming on. Not sure why that didn't work right, but oh well. We have more planets that we get to colonize too. So this setup is a lot better than the last one, but I've learned to roll with what you get, take advantage of the stronger ones when you get them, and you know, when you're not doing as well, you struggle more, but it's all good either way. Alright, so we got contact with the Ixthlii. They look like plants. Sense prey. Finally found an L gate, abandoned L cluster gate.
Log is updated.
And a wormhole. All right. So a whole bunch of things just happened. I'm pretty sure that's over with wherever those plant peoples are. The Ixthlii.
Our construction is complete.
There's the L gateway and the wormhole. So. Oh, well, there's some over here, too. Oh, those are just normal gateways. Okay, the Ixthlii don't like us. Our construction is complete. We have a couple of events to do. Okay. The odd factory has disappeared. We can demolish it, or it still suits our need, and we just... Let's leave it with it still suits our need. I don't remember this event, so... Basically, that odd factory that I showed you, when someone started working it, they disappeared. So there's something mystical about it, and we'll figure out what that is all about as time goes on. Alright, this one, we're going to start running around doing some research projects. I think this one's already doing something, so...
Our construction is complete. Our construction is complete. Our construction is complete.
Okay, I don't remember not building all the stuff in some of these places. Oh, that's right. These are events that I finished doing. They unlocked
technology conceived.
To work with. All right, UV lasers. That's another big difference. In this one, we've been able to afford just building all of our research right off the bat, as well as all of our mineral stuff. So we've been getting a lot further with research. That has actually in turn made us a lot more powerful, which is all good. You know, it's stuff you need. The more powerful you are, the less likely you are to get attacked too. So it works both angles. Ah, good, we get to upgrade this planet. So another thing to keep in mind is your planets. They're pretty basic until you can upgrade your reassembled ship shelter into a capital structure, which is quite expensive, mind you. But once you do that, you're able to basically make your planet into a much more powerful thing. Like, everything can't be upgraded past level 1 until you do this. So that's where kind of one of the things we're building up towards. See, like this one, I built the planetary administration, which is the upgrade, so it's a much more developed planet. It's much more successful in general. You need 5 populations to do that, by the way. Before I worry about that, though, I want to get this second fleet up all the way. Because if you look here we've got 2 groups that are superior to us, and most everybody else is equivalent to us. Problem is we got this grand axis around us, and combined, so we could kill this guy. We could probably kill this guy, but with this guy on their side, we'd lose a war. And they're literally developing themselves to fight us. So it's a threat. Epsilon Eridiani. It's over here. Shipyard.
Our construction is complete.
And I guess I can just go ahead and tell this to build a science spot, because it's not going to do much into anything else. Okay, so Epsilon Eridiani does have a food spot, but it's not. Look at all that energy. This place is going to be a power plant for sure. Wow. I'm starting to get to a point where I'm worrying about food. So we're going to have to figure out what to do with that one.
Our construction is complete.
It's because we don't have a lot of planets that have natural food spots. We should be okay for now. Might have to make some of my stations build food. Okay, so you're going to go over here and build the research station. More of something. Probably just this energy right here. This right here is a massive energy spot, which is awesome. We also have, by the way, one of those legendary areas I told you about last time. Has the Ether Drake, which is a absolutely massive creature. It's so powerful, it doesn't have a number rating, it's got a skull. If you're going to take that out, you usually want between 20 and 30,000 power, or 15 if you know exactly how to target its
Our special project is complete.
which is, that I'm talking 15,000. That's right now literally 10 fleets. All 10, if we were to have 10 fleets at level 20, they would go over there, and with 15,000, because they're not specialized to fight it, they'd all die. So it is a massive, massive undertaking. The skull basically means dreadnought, or dreaded damage class. I'm going to go ahead and make this one a hydroponics bay for its secondary piece. Even though it is right here in the dangerous area. Next one I'm going to build here in Taneka, so space station, and we can get 6 space stations. We were at 4, and then we got a research that gave us 2 more, so we're working on that as well. And I do not have the Starhold technology. If I remember correctly, we are researching that right now. Yep.
Our construction is complete.
Okay, this is going to make food. That'll help us out too. Okay. So these 2 will have hydroponic farms, which will generate more
Our
food,
construction is
which
complete.
is ultimately incredibly important. So, you run out of food, your people start dying, and that just starts hurting you all across the board. You start losing everything. Your people also get lose a lot of happiness. In this specific empire, happiness is not really as big of a issue because we're, you know, hive mind. But all other empires, if you have positive happiness, you get positive boosts to your production across the board. And negative, if you go below like -10, -20, you start getting -% on here. I'm talking negative happiness. So it does become a big issue. Alright, so we got 3 more planets to colonize. So what we're trying to do first is we want to colonize our planets.
Our special project is complete.
Keep working on our fleets. Oh, I just clicked that off. That had to do with the, pretty sure that had to do with the mystery plan. We're receiving a signal from the swarm. The crew has gone mad and are killing each other. The captain has lost all control. Sending help would be futile at this point. Could this have anything to do with the Dalaric ship they just recently investigated? So we lost one of our science ships. That's not so cool.
Our construction is complete.
Alright, what's next in the construction line? We could go to Yildun. The reason I've got that open right now is if pirates get spawned, they'll spawn right there and we can kill them really easily, which is beneficial. Are we able to build that yet? Does not look like it. We can build that mining station, so we're going to build that one, and then we'll go on expanding to the rest of the area.
Our construction is complete.
And we have more Unity. So with the Unity, we completed Discovery just like we did last one. We started with Expansion, and this is an important... For me, it's important that I do it in this order. I usually do Discovery first and then Expansion, and then I'll start moving out to all of the rest of them. Mainly because I try to maximize my income on Unity first, and then worry about the rest of it. But the exploration, as you can see, your exploration comes to an end very quickly in the game. So getting that in the beginning is the only time it's beneficial for you. So I get that first, then the expansion, because you're usually colonizing planets for quite a while afterwards. So it all kind of just fits together. And we need to upgrade this starport over here. Alright, so last time I checked, we were actually at 2242, and I did not see the month. So we're actually right now at about
Our construction
the
is
point where we're at
complete.
with the other empire in time-wise, but we're obviously doing, as an empire, much better. It's kind of hard to argue that one, so argue against that one anyways. Okay, so it's building an anchorage next. The anchorage, if you remember, gives you increased naval capacity, which is obviously something we want. More ships means more fleets, you know, or more to our fleet power. Let's go over here to the fleet manager. Okay, we do have a third one already planned. We just haven't actually built any of it yet. And both our first and our second fleet have admirals.
Our construction is complete.
And we get more physics research. There are parts when this game can get kind of slow. That's why there's speed up options. You can speed it up to 3 speed. Right now it's normal, also known as 1 speed. But I won't start speeding that up just yet, unless you guys really want me to. I have a bad habit of just clicking events off because I played the game so many times. I've read most of them already. So, like I said, I will try my best not to do that so that you guys can follow the events along with me, but I can't make any promises. Well, our construction ships are busy, and so we're going to go ahead and tell them to start the 3rd fleet.
Technology conceived.
That's a good thing to do. Alright, technology. So this gives you the Naval
Our
Logistics
construction
Office,
is
which is
complete.
actually a secondary construction piece that increases the effect of your... I'll show you with an example. So, in here, so it's over here, it's the Naval Logistics Office. It increases the effect of your anchorage. So right now, an anchorage gives you +4.
Our
Have a
special
Naval
project is
Logistics
complete.
Office, it increases it to +6. Okay, we've completed our mission with the sublight probes. Detailed information of they held on our culture is now safe from prying intercept photoreceptors. With their combined sensor telemetry, we have been able to fully survey a number of additional neighboring systems. Sweet, it gave you energy and a bunch of research. Although the surveyed information is pretty much useless.
Our construction is complete.
I wish they don't do this, but I wish that the game, once upon a time in its history, your enemies, like so, when you come in contact with them now, you gain all of their data, the information on their space, and you can zoom in here,
Technology
see what their planets
conceived.
and stuff do. You can see where their space stations are. Once upon a time, that did not happen. Fog of War was real. Not sure why they ever changed that. To be honest, if it was up to me, I would leave it as Fog of Real was still there. That would make a lot of sense to me. But they don't. So I can't say, why. I don't know why. I find it kind of sad, to be honest. Okay, so we're sending you to... This one's home base is going to be Epsilon.
Our construction
Meridian.
is complete.
And we do have room for one more admiral to get stuck on there. So we're going to give him the unyielding. I like unyielding personally because it basically makes your ships tankier and they hit harder. They can't retreat, which is okay, but to me that's not really a big deal. I'd like to hit harder and have my ships have more health. Makes them worth more. Need to rename it to Hive Swarm 2 and make it Control 3. So you have control options which give you hotkeys all the way up to 0, 1 through 9 and then 0, so essentially 10. And I usually make those all the fleets. This guy's almost there. Alright, we're getting there. Things are coming together. That's upgrading. Let's go to Ardoon and build us another colony ship. Our financial income is hurting at this moment, however. So, it's kind of sad, but what can you do? Alright, so there's a 12, 24, 23, and a 14. So we're going to go for the 24 first. I mean, the green is good. I would have gotten the green or the yellow, not just because of their size, but because right now that reduces your cost. And planet, so right now that would be easier for us. I will be getting the reds as well, though.
Our construction is complete.
By the way, another reason that this is no longer superior in fleet power is when you have a federation, the president changes from time to time. And when that happens,
Our construction
there's
is complete.
a federation fleet, and it gets passed, so only the president is in charge of it. So what most likely happened was the superior group had the federation fleet, and it got passed on to another person now. Actually, do I have edicts right now? I do. Okay. Till 47. Gotcha. Alright. So Epsilon Eridiani, their people are expanding. Oh, we could build this now, which is definitely something we're going to be doing. So we're going to save up to upgrade our 2 colonies. Because we need to. I might actually have to sacrifice this science for food. Each tile of
Our
a person
construction is
takes
complete.
1 food, typically. So we're looking at having a lot of food issues coming up here. If we don't get planets to have... Oh, well, here's a food planet, so we'll just wait till we colonize this one and have a ton of food. That's the next one we're colonizing anyways, so... Speaking of which, have we actually gotten any of the tiles or anything cleared? We have not. Okay. So, you'll notice all the tiles that are red with this red border. That means I can't do anything with it. I can't clean it up. We will get, as you saw up here, like this technology right here, you'll get research that'll allow you to clean those off. Usually costs you energy credits and time.
Our special project is complete.
And once you're done with that, you can clean off that tile and build there. Our continued studies of the massive skeletal remains on Ripagar 5 have managed to shed some light on how the creature ended up on the planet. There are very faint residual energy readings that indicate some kind of dimensional portal existed briefly towards the rear of the skeleton. Science officer Lurtrock Inexenerkis theorizes that the creature passed through this gateway from another dimension only to quickly perish in the hostile environment of Ripagar 5. Why it did this and where it came from are questions that may never be answered. Alrighty. I believe our science ship now has done all of our events for the moment. And so he's going to return to the capital planet. And all we have is this one, which we don't have access to, and L cluster gates, which we don't have one. So might make it slightly more difficult to do those. Oh, getting all those Betharian power plants. That's 3 Betharian power plants. That's a massive amount. That's like 30 energy.
A war breaks out.
Alright, so our first war's going on. The Prikiki versus
Technology
Star.
conceived.
So that's the Prikiki, which is this group, which is probably the weakest guy around, except they do have a absolutely massive station. Versus these... How in the world do they have a station that big? These guys must have like ridiculous technology to have that far, but they're inferior. I'm curious as to how they actually have that right there. So the station, when it's got the black dot in the middle of it, that's the maximum size citadel, which is huge. And it takes a massive amount of resources just to get that far. So they have a lot. They've done a lot with that. And or this guy, which this guy should probably completely stomp them. The only
Our
exception is
construction
that
is
that
complete.
station is massive. So they might actually not be able to take that station over at all. We'll find out. We'll watch from a distance, slowly biding our time until we can eat the universe. And we can upgrade this. Our biggest problem is that we have 3 enemies bordering us, all in one federation. So if we were to declare war on any of them, all 3 of them would be at war with us. And if any of them decide to declare war on us, we'd be at war with all of them. So it's kind of annoying. Right now, we can't fight that. But in the future, we can. Okay, another population goes missing. The people will get used to it. Invest in securing the location. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because it's starting to become a problem. Just a little bit.
Our construction is complete.
Alright, the colony ship is done. Tell it to go over here and colonize this planet. I'll stick you right there. So interesting, when you're placing where you're going to put your capital building, aka your colony ship is going to land, it gives production bonuses to the 4 squares up both longitude and latitude of it. So
Technology
you typically want to
conceded.
build in the middle of the planet rather than on the side. Alright. We can increase our fleet command limit, which means your fleet itself can get bigger. Your defense, army damage, your population growth speed, leadership, lifespan. I'm going to go ahead and do population growth speed. Faster we get population, the better off we are. We can clean up this swamp. Let's do it.
Technology conceived.
Colonies development speed. Alright, that's a good one. Next one, the gravity sensors. So this will actually give you sensors on your spaceships. So it allows your ships to see enemy fleets within a certain distance. It'll be an upgrade for our ships. We're losing money. Not Vana, Erdoska. Almost ready. So it costs 315 to upgrade these. Like I said, they're expensive. And almost a year. 249 days. Very expensive. Very worth it. Because once you get that, you can upgrade everything else on the planet. It's almost there. Alright. And we can even build another starbase now. So we're going to build the next one over Erdoska. Simply because we have a planet there, so why not? Plus this side right now is completely undefended with one border block, which is fine. It just means that if someone breaks through that, because we're going to go to war with these guys eventually as well, they have the ability to just run all the way up here, which is a massive blow to us actually, so we don't want that. We keep getting insulted by these guys, which means if we were weaker, they would have declared war on us a long time ago. It actually looks like they won their war. Are they still at war? They are still at war. Well, they took over this place. Alright, let's see. We need engineering, so make these both engineering facilities. And this will become a hydroponic farm.
Our construction is complete.
Aha! Haha! Alright, first, I want to get this other planet ready, and then we're going to start building up that massive planet of ours. So this planet is awesome. It is a Gaia world, which means it is perfect. So, but most Gaia worlds don't have that much Betharian on them. It's kind of an interesting planet, but I'm not complaining in the slightest. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade the food. This tile, I'm going to build an energy grid. Actually, you can tell me there too.
Our construction is complete.
Since this planet literally has so much energy, I'm probably going to go ahead. In most cases, I usually take squares that share both energy and minerals and I make them energy. Early game, energy is not used quite as heavily as late game. Late game, you need like 6 times the income of energy as you do minerals, and that's because it's used for literally the upkeep
Our construction is
of
complete.
everything. It does become a little bit of a struggle early game, but once you start developing your planets, usually like mid-game it won't be an issue. Then once you start getting a lot of ships, it'll suddenly become something that you find out you don't have enough of.
Our construction is complete. Our construction is complete.
Right down here in Turbic. I'm gonna start by building a mining station when it lets me. Blam. This planet can upgrade all of its stuff now. I'll worry about that, but I want to focus on Epsilon Aridiani first, at least where all my populations are. Then I can worry about building up everything else. We also do need to get Hive Swarm 3 up, though. I mean, it can get up a decent size now, so it needs to be done. Just so much to do, and you never have enough resources to do it. Till later game. Sometimes in later game you can have so much resource income you're literally have minerals coming out of your
Our construction is
you
complete.
can't even use them for anything. You can't use them fast enough either. I've been there many times. It's the way the game works though. You either have way too much of it or not enough. Never at the just right point. Or at least if you do get to the just right point, it's never very long. Alright, so our first Betharian power plant's going up. We will need to put up a second one, though. And then this guy's...
Our construction is complete.
It's this guy. Waiting for February. Bamsis. Next one will be this guy, though. I think. if it gets to April before he's done, then we'll go build the other.
Our construction is complete.
Thing, but it did not. We're actually almost done with expanding.
We have claimed a new nest.
Which is actually really significant. It means that we're just going to be able to focus all of our construction towards other stuff. We have received a communique from a previously unknown spacefaring empire called themselves the Citizens Confederation of Juawaktra. They claim to have learned of our existence by listening in on communications from another empire. It's another plant being. Alrighty. And we sense a prey. Food. Although our spiders are not particularly vegetarian, but you know, it's whatever. Meat eaters. Alright, where are they at? Oh, they're all the way over here.
Our construction is complete. Our construction is
We're
complete.
starting to see more people. As you can see, a lot of empires are going to fit in the universe by the time the game's over. Interesting. Okay. Entity. Alright, so we can upgrade the farm. Definitely something we need to do. Oh, you can upgrade this one as well. Well, these are also expensive to upgrade, but they're something I need to do. Still haven't gotten the technology for that yet. Getting close. Oh yeah, we did. We got that already. It just costs us 750 that we don't have. We're about to get another research too, which will be cool. Oh, I should probably show you guys. Okay, so our ships, as you can see, they've been getting upgraded. They've got some advancements to work. And we just got something else. Hull points. Okay, that's not something special. Well, it is, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying. This is a good one, actually. Starbase building and the module cost. So I'm going to reduce that. That means that we can build our stations, upgrade them, and build the modules for cheaper price. By
Our construction is complete.
That one will be very helpful. Alright, there, Duska. That one. We won't have any issues with energy now that this place is getting going on its Betharian power plants. Whew. Tell you what, we will have energy credits coming out of the ears, which is good. We can use that. I'm gonna go ahead and replace that with a mining network. Now, I know originally I needed it for food place, but the thing is, we're about to get this planet, which has a ton of food. So this will literally be our farming planet, and we won't need it for food anymore. also interesting to note. So your starbase capacity, your population. So one reason to get a lot of planets is the more planets you get, the more starbases you get. The more starbases you get, you can use them to give you more fleet population, which means more ships. More ships means more power. It's a very, it's a cycle. And that is how it works.
The others reach out to make contact with our mind.
After successfully translating their language, we've established communications with the Scythian Republic. Diplomatic channels are now open, and all hostilities have been terminated. Okay. They're Federation builders, and they are definitely food. Other insectoids. All the way down here. Wow. How did we get in contact with them? Why? I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know either.
Our construction is complete.
They obviously closed borders and said, rage, rawr. Alright, so then this one is going to upgrade. We need, I would say society, but that's fake. We don't need society. You will get plenty of society just by building these gene clinics all over the places. One on each planet will give you more than enough society. Usually after you have about 10 planets, you're getting so much more society research than anything else. It's not even. It's like annoying, actually. Okay, so then what we can do is we can reduce the increase the cost of our traditions. New colonies start with an additional population. Starbases cost less influence, and starbases have less upkeep. So I'm actually going to do traditional cost because it is getting to the point where we're going to have to redo all those. Our traditions, or policies and edicts. I think that's what it is. Oh. Okay, so every time each colony you have increases the cost of getting a new tradition, which is what these are. So that just reduced the amount that I need to get a new one, which, yeah, I need that anyways, so it's all good. Alright, last one to be upgraded, I think. Help if I'm looking at the plan. See right there, you have your gene clinic spot. Should be cleaned off. And we will wait. We'll work on getting our other fleet up to par. Getting our next space station up. And building up as we go. Getting more colony ships. Close the ship.
Our construction is complete.
Spaceport. So these guys are offering association status, which means that these three, which are the Federation, are going to be friendly with him. They're not going to make him part of the Federation, they're going to be friendly with him. It means that whole Federation really is being built to counter me, which is kind of... What can you do when you're a hated empire that wants to eat everything in the universe? Except for possibly
Cleared a
robots.
blocker.
Then, you know, there's not really
Our construction is complete.
Alright, let's go ahead and get going with that. This place is going to build a gene clinic. I'm actually going to move him up here for that. First.
Technology conceived.
Build new technology. We got our gravity sensors.
Our construction is complete.
going to want the hyperdrive. All that really does is make you move through these hyperlanes faster. All good stuff. At this point, too, for our small ships, we're actually going to go in here and give them reactor boosters. That'll give them more power, which in turn will allow us to upgrade all of them, as everything that we're researching is requiring more and more power. They don't have the power to upgrade, and that's something that needs to be addressed.
Our swarm is strengthened. Our swarm is strengthened. Our construction is complete.
Alrighty, in here, build the mining station. Also, if you do, well, I'll show you. I have to wait till this one upgrades first.
Our construction is complete.
Nice. Only needs 2 mines. A lot of resources for that. Alright everybody, well this has been Takehitsu from Takehitsu Gaming. If you enjoyed what you saw, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you want notifications, hit the bell icon. It's been fun. Have a good evening.